Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make coils and a coil pot out of clay. So let's go ahead and get our clay. This is great camera work. I triple wrap it just to be sure. Alright, here's our clay. The first step to making coils or coil pots is to take a clump of clay, it can be big or small, and just rolling it into a ball. The next step is to take the ball that you've made and just roll it out. You want to go fingertip to palm, because if you roll it like that, you'll get uneven surfaces and make little dents with your fingers. If you go finger to palm, you'll roll it out nice and even. So after a couple minutes of rolling, I have a nice long coil here. And all you want to do is to make the base of a coil pot is to just simply spiral it like this. And you can stop it any length you want. You can stop it here. I'm going to go all the way to the end. There we go. So now you have a nice base for a pot. And this little tip right here, you just kind of want to rub it in to the side like that. Just mold it in like that with it, so it just kind of flows evenly along, because if you leave it out like that, then you'll have a little bump and it'll be uneven. Now this is kind of an oval, but that's okay, because the way we're going to do this is we're going to take a spiral and wrap it around the coil and just keep going up and up, so the coils themselves don't have to be perfect circles. So now what you want to do is make more balls out of your clay, like I showed you in the beginning, and make more coils out of them, because like I said, we're going to wrap them around the coil and that's going to be our wall. So make 2 or 3 balls, and you want the coils to basically be the same thick as the base coil, because if it's too small, then it won't look right, and if it's too big, it'll just kind of mold over it. So you basically want the same thickness as your coil. So here we go, I've made another coil. So you want to take your base and take either end of the coil, it doesn't matter which end you take, and you can also put it any place on the coil you want, and just simply start wrapping it around your coil, making a wall out of it. And then so once you get to this part where this part of the coil touches the tip of the same coil, all you got to do is make sure that stays in place. All you got to do is simply put it right back on top of it and just keep going. And then at the end of all our coil, we're going to mold the inside so it all stays together. So once we're at this part, we'll mold it on the inside so there's not going to be that little opening there, and it won't look so disformed. So I finished spiraling my coil around the walls. So now what we're going to do is, so that the coil can stay together, we're going to rub the inside of the walls. I'll try to get a good shot of this here. So we're basically just doing that. And you're rubbing it into each other so it forms kind of an inner wall. Trump would really like this video. And so you're just going to do that all the way around, and make sure you get it good. That's kind of light, just simply because I'm holding a camera, but when you're not, you'll have both hands to use, and you can really get your fingers in there and make a nice thick wall. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, so I've gone all around the coil on the inside, and I've taken my finger and I've rubbed it down on the wall. So now we have kind of an inner wall that'll keep all these coils together. And like I showed you earlier, where these meet, there's no opening there anymore. It's completely closed off. One thing you can do with these is you can rub the outside too, but then it doesn't really look like a coil pot. So you don't want to do that if you want this to still look like it's made out of coils. It is a nice easy way though, if you're just trying to make a pot that doesn't look like coils, to do this and then rub the outside and smooth it out with a rib and some water. So now what I've done here is I've gone back to where I was rubbing the inside, folding it all together. And I'm just kind of taking my thumb and I've smoothed it out. And one really easy thing to do is instead of trying to get it that over and over, all you gotta do is take a little pinch of clay if you have it and just rub it in there like so, and you'll patch up just easy little holes like that. So and then that is a quick and easy trick to filling up and fixing any sort of cracks and crevices or any dents or holes that look nasty. One thing I've done too is on this very first coil, I have molded the wall into the coil just so it sticks better. Because on the outside here, the only thing that's keeping this coil to the base is just simply that clay is sticky and it sticks together. So when you rub the inside of the wall, you're going to know that the wall is going to stay together, but maybe not so much the base. So then what I do is I like to rub the inside and out. Also, one thing you can do is when you take the base and you're starting to wrap your coil around it, you can slip and score the bottom of the entire coil. That's a lot of work, and that's kind of hard to do. That's something you do when you kind of want it perfect. So what I like to do is just rub the inside. It's a lot easier. Also, I don't have score and slip with me, so this is what I did instead. So it looks really nice. I actually kind of like just that little inner coil there, so I'm going to leave that. But one thing you can do is completely rub it down so the inside looks like a normal smooth bowl. That way when you glaze it, it's nice and nothing will fall in there. Oh yeah, we do have a little hole right there. So I'll actually go ahead and smooth this out. So here we go. I've completely smoothed the inside. That way now we don't have any holes. And that way when we glaze this after we fire it, nothing is going to fall into the little crevices and cracks of the coils and that little hole in the middle. So that is honestly the end of it. One thing you can do, you can wrap as many coils as you want. I mean, there's seriously bowls that have been this tall, and as tall as I like this. This is just kind of like a little dish. You could put just candy or your cigarettes or your crack cocaine, whatever you want. It all works. So thank you for watching and have a good day.